So, I actually have some news to share, and that's actually going to be my high for the day, but I'll get to that in a minute. First, my low, pretty obvious. It got back to being cold again. Seriously, Tuesday was actually tolerable, but Wednesday got not good anymore. And I looked up the temperature this morning. If I saw correctly, it's -3. I want it to be warm again. It's okay. We just have less than 2 months until spring is back. And we're almost at the end of January. Only you get to February, in which one of my all-time favorite comedians, Lewis Black, once said, "We made February shorter, and yet it seems longer." So, until I'm proven wrong otherwise, yay! There's no legitimate escape from the cold yet. Ah, boy. So, with that said, my act of kindness was I actually noticed someone was vacuuming, but their cord, plugged into the wall, was about to essentially run out. So, as soon as they were done, I grabbed the cord, brought it to them, and they put in another outlet that was much closer to them. Basically, it was conveniencing them so they wouldn't have to, pull the cord all the way back to where they were themselves. That was being nice. Yeah. Man, I hope I'm not getting sick again. Literally just got over being sick a week ago. Oh well. I'll worry about that in a minute. So, good morning, happy Thursday, everybody. And so, I have some big news. And that is, if you recall, back in December, I talked about a channel that I do watch called TotallyNotMark. He's based in Ireland, and really what he likes to do is analyze important aspects of a story, what elements of it work, why some elements don't work, all that stuff. One thing he definitely does talk about when it comes to that sort of format is talking about various anime. Specifically, Dragon Ball Z, he's done Hunter x Hunter, One Piece, of course. He was doing Naruto, and I was talking about that, but then he took a break from that because he wanted to do Spidey December. He did JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but around the time he was doing Spidey December, it's when essentially disaster struck, as 150 of his YouTube videos were taken down. Now, for those of you who don't know, actually they were taken down because of specifically from Toei Animation, the people in charge for Dragon Ball Z content and One Piece content especially, and they were taken down for copyright claims. Now, 150 videos may not sound like a lot, considering that I make a video every day, to various lengths, of course. Here's the thing. I'm just one guy with a camera phone. TotallyNotMark has essentially a crew, staff, not to mention a family that he has to provide for. So every video he makes is about once a week. So let's see, 150 videos per week. That's essentially 3 years worth of his content. It would essentially be almost all of the content that I've made, essentially. So needless to say, he got hit pretty hard. And luckily, lots of various members of the YouTube community, such as Liam from the Grand Line Review and Dude in a Room and New World Review, even Philip DeFranco, were all reaching out and trying to help him and stuff like that. And so December, one can almost say, for TotallyNotMark, it was the winter of his discontent. Actually, we're still in winter right now, so it is the winter of his discontent. And that's what I would continue to say, were not for the fact that, good news, they've actually got that fixed. Sort of. Basically the way, and keep in mind, I barely have any understanding of how copyrights work as well. But essentially, since TotallyNotMark likes to promote to more of a Western audience, a lot of Japan's copyright policies don't necessarily apply. And I'll put a link to the description of a TotallyNotMark's video down below at the end when I'm done recording this video. But until they can prove that he actually is violating copyright laws in the rest of the Western world, for now, the videos that were once taken down were brought back up. And it gets really confusing because Toei actually came out with a list of 86 of those taken down videos that were in fact, breaking copyright law according to them. But here's the thing. There was no consistency. See, one type of video that he did was he tried to draw Dragon Ball Z characters from modern day if they were drawn in the 90s and stuff like that. And one of those videos was on the list, but another video that also falls in that category wasn't. So it really was as if TotallyNotMark described it it's as if whoever worked at Toei just picked videos at random. So needless to say, Toei essentially has been undermining YouTube in order to be able to do this. And what they're doing is actually quite, I want to say illegal, but again, I'm not really an expert on this sort of thing. But long story short, for now, maybe something will happen that's not good, or maybe something will happen that's even greater. I don't know. But it looks as if those 150 videos that were originally taken down are back up and free for the public to watch. I mean, it's YouTube, but all videos are free to watch, essentially. Unless it says buy or rent underneath it, even then that's a movie. But the point is, right now, everything's fine, Even though TotallyNotMark is a bigger YouTube personality than I am, considering that I only have a measly 48 subscribers where he has thousands, this really is a win for the little guy. And I approve of that. So, to TotallyNotMark, your family, your staff, I hope that this past holiday season, was a decent one considering everything that was going on. I hope that you are all doing well. If hopefully you're able to sleep better now that, some of this has been resolved. And I look forward to when I see more of your work. That's not Spider-Man related, obviously, because he's been doing Spider-Man, of course. Which does remind me, one thing I do plan on doing is, because before he did Spidey December, before all this happened, he was doing Naruto. And I did grow up on Naruto. And after every video he made, I would tell you my thoughts on the particular arc that he talked about, because I saw this arc, I saw that particular arc as I was growing up, and so there you go. So needless to say, as soon as he goes back to talking about Naruto, that's when I'll do that as well, because I have my own thoughts to share from my personal experience in the past. So, it makes sense to do that. And that actually sort of ties into another thing I want to talk about. You guys know at this point, I tell you my thoughts on, certain shows like America's Got Talent, the Go Big Show, which is a new episode tonight, stuff like that. And even though, especially tomorrow, I'll be sharing my thoughts on Hot Ones as well, Only recently have I ever really put my thoughts on, the latest Hot Ones video in the title. Literally only recently. Last week was the first time I really did that, to full effect. One thing I definitely want to try and do is be a little bit better about writing stuff down so I can talk about it here. Not that I'm essentially drawing blanks or anything, because I know what I want to talk about going into a video. But sometimes I accidentally word it wrong, or word what I'm going to say wrong, essentially. Or I draw a blank as to, what I was going to talk about next. Like, it's in my head and then, like, boop, it's gone. Stuff like that. So I definitely want to be better about writing that down. I mean, again, I've made it this far without doing that, and I like to think it served me okay. I mean, again, it's a daily video. There really isn't much planning and thought in any of these, really. But I would like to be, sometimes there isn't. I mean, sometimes to go to a specific location, such as Schuylkill Lake, yeah, I do have to plan on actually, taking the time to, go there, of course, and prepare from that moment on. Or if I'm going to a place like the top of Harris Hill, gosh, that's a throwback to way back in 2018. Or, places like those. I gotta plan for that. So those sort of videos are planned. But for the most part, I don't really plan much and write anything down. And yeah, I told myself in the very beginning I really wasn't going to try and hold myself down to that. But I really feel like I could add more to whatever it is I'm talking about if I wrote it down. So I'm going to try doing that today to see how it works. And again, I'm going to give you my thoughts on, the Go Big show, as well as, today's episode of Hot Ones, which is featuring Tracy Ellis Ross. Which it should be a really interesting episode. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I mean, I don't really know much about her, but it should still make for a good episode. I mean, again, I could always just speculate whatever Sean Evans is going to ask her. I'm sure I'm sure there's going to be some questions about, her upbringing, maybe. Nothing serious, mind you, just a past experience she's had or something like that. I don't know. It should still be really fun and interesting to see. Maybe another question will be about, her process when it comes to, writing or singing a song, maybe. Stuff like that. Or, she's also a little bit of an actor. Maybe getting ready for a scene or something. I don't know. It's all speculation at this point. But regardless, I'm going to try seeing what happens when I write it down today, so I can, prepare for tomorrow. Now I'm kind of hoping that, because as far as I know, TotallyNotMark has returned. I don't know if he's doing Naruto today. If I talk about, I guess I could always share my thoughts on anything Naruto related for Saturday. I mean, yeah, I did want to do a Movies of My Youth series going on. Unfortunately, I can't really think of a movie I want to talk about yet. I mean, I've seen lots of movies in my youth and stuff. It's just, I want to be really choosy as to when I do it, if I'm really feeling for it and stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, I guess if it comes to me, sure, why not? In the end, though, it should still be fun. It should still be interesting. We're probably going to be in for something really special. I can't wait. So, once again, to TotallyNotMark, your staff and your family, congratulations on what could be described as a sort of victory. I mean, you even said it yourself in your video. In fact, I'm going to be putting a link in your video from yesterday in the description down below. So, once again, congratulations. I hope that in spite of everything that happened, I still hope you had a wonderful Christmas, a Happy New Year, and I can't wait to see more of your stuff. Like, favorite, check out the subscribe button, follow me on social platforms, on YouTube. I'm very humble in this video for all of you guys watching you for today. Hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. And remember, if you guys want to talk channels, we'll be here to lend you guys right back. Take care and make good choices. See ya.